Imagine a dog so uncompromisingly loyal that it perceives an innocent handshake as a lethal threat. A massive, heavily muscled predator engineered not just to guard, but to eliminate intruders without a single warning bark. This is the Fila Brasileiro, a breed so notoriously fierce that governments across the globe have outright outlawed its existence. But what exactly makes this colossal canine so uniquely dangerous that it strikes terror into lawmakers? The truth is far darker than you could ever anticipate. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Unmatched guarding instincts. Unlike typical guard dogs that wait for commands, the Fila Brasileiro operates on an ancient, hardwired instinct to protect its family at all costs. This breed doesn't need to be trained to guard. It is born with a hypervigilance that makes it deeply suspicious of everyone outside its immediate household. To a Fila, there are no neutral visitors, only potential threats that must be neutralized if they step out of line. This relentless dedication is awe-inspiring to their owners, but terrifying to society. When a dog weighing over 100 pounds decides that your neighbor or the mailman is an enemy, the consequences are instantaneous and devastating. You cannot simply turn off this primal, ingrained drive. Number 9. Extreme territorial aggression. The concept of territory for a Fila Brasileiro extends far beyond the physical boundaries of your backyard. This dog claims everything it can see, smell, or hear as its sovereign domain, and it defends this space with lethal seriousness. If a stranger crosses into what the dog considers its turf, the Fila will not offer a warning growl or a display of posturing. Instead, it moves immediately to secure the perimeter through overwhelming physical force. This zero-tolerance policy toward trespassing makes owning one in a suburban or urban environment a ticking time bomb. Lawmakers quickly realized that this unyielding territorial aggression is utterly incompatible with modern society, making the breed a massive public liability. Number 8. A dark tracking history. To understand the Fila, you must look into its grim historical origins in the sprawling plantations of Brazil. These titans were specifically bred to track down escaped slaves and large predators through dense jungles. They were designed to chase, capture, and hold their prey by the neck without killing them until the master arrived. This means the dog possesses an uncanny, relentless prey drive, combined with an incredibly high pain tolerance and stamina. This dark heritage left the breed with a genetic predisposition for tracking and subduing moving targets. When this ancient hunting drive is triggered in a modern setting by a running child or a passing cyclist, the results are catastrophic and impossible to stop. Number 7. Ojeriza, the deep aversion. There is a specific word used in Brazil to describe the Fila's unique temperament, ojeriza, which translates to a deep, instinctual aversion to strangers. This is not just aloofness or shyness. It is an active, seething distrust of anyone who is not part of their immediate pack. While other breeds can be socialized to accept new people, a true Fila will never tolerate a stranger's touch. Attempting to force socialization on this breed often backfires, escalating their internal stress into sudden, explosive violence. Authorities around the world recognize that a dog fundamentally incapable of accepting outsiders poses an uncontrollable risk to public safety, forming the core justification for banning them in dozens of countries entirely. Number 6. Inability to read context. One of the most terrifying aspects of the Fila Brasileiro is its inability to distinguish between a genuine attack and innocent human interaction. If a friend pats you on the back or gives you an enthusiastic hug, the dog's brain interprets this as a violent assault against its master. In a fraction of a second, the Fila will launch a preemptive strike to eliminate the perceived threat. This fundamental inability to read social context means that casual gatherings can turn bloody in the blink of an eye. You cannot reason with a Fila or call it off once it has committed to defending you. This hair-trigger response is precisely why legislation universally condemns the breed. Number 5. Overpowering physical strength. Even if you could predict a Fila's outbursts, Stopping one is a physical impossibility for the average human. Weighing up to 110 pounds with a thick, muscular neck and a massive skull, they possess bone-crushing jaw strength designed to bring down jaguars. When a Fila lunges, the sheer kinetic energy is enough to snap a standard leash and drag a grown man across the pavement. Their loose skin makes it almost impossible for an adversary or another animal to grab hold of them in a fight. This unstoppable physical dominance means that when an attack happens, bystanders are completely powerless to intervene, turning an accidental encounter into a brutal, uncontrollable mauling that authorities simply cannot ignore. Number 4. Complete owner control issues. Owning a Fila Brasileiro requires a level of dominance and physical control that 99% of dog owners simply do not possess. They are fiercely independent thinkers who will constantly challenge their owner for the alpha position. If the dog senses even a fraction of hesitation or weakness, it will take charge of the household and make its own decisions about who lives and who dies. Many well-meaning owners adopt them thinking love and affection will tame the beast, only to find themselves held hostage by their own pet. When the owner loses control, the dog becomes a rogue weapon in the neighborhood, a reality that forced governments to implement strict, unforgiving legislative bans worldwide. Number 3. Myths versus deadly reality. There is a dangerous myth circulating online that the Fila Brasileiro is just a misunderstood gentle giant that only needs the right training. Proponents argue that their aggression is purely a result of bad ownership. However, geneticists and behavioral experts have repeatedly proven this false. The breed's capacity for sudden violence is hard-coded into its DNA. Treating a Fila like a normal pet is a fatal miscalculation. When unsuspecting families buy into the myth of the nanny dog, they unknowingly bring a loaded gun into their home. The devastating reality of unprovoked attacks has shattered this illusion, leaving a trail of severe injuries that left lawmakers with absolutely no choice but to eradicate them from communities. Number 2. Real and horrific incidents. The bans didn't happen in a vacuum. They were written in blood. Across the globe, emergency rooms have documented horrific encounters involving the Fila Brasileiro. In one chilling incident, a Fila broke through a reinforced glass window simply because a pedestrian walked too close to the property line, resulting in life-altering injuries. These are not isolated anomalies. They are a consistent pattern of extreme violence that cannot be rehabilitated. The sheer brutality of these maulings, where victims are often held hostage by the dog's crushing grip until authorities use lethal force, sparked widespread media outrage. These undeniable tragedies laid the undeniable groundwork for the swift and merciless legal restrictions we see dominating the globe today. Number 1. The ultimate zero-warning predator. The number one reason the Fila Brasileiro is banned is its terrifying method of attack. It strikes with zero warning. While normal dogs growl, bark, or bare their teeth to signal discomfort, the Fila relies on silent, deadly ambush tactics. It will remain perfectly still, watching a target with cold calculation, before launching an explosive assault out of nowhere. This lack of warning signs deprives victims of any chance to retreat or protect themselves. It is this silent executioner trait that makes the breed uniquely lethal. Governments realize that you cannot legislate or train away a predator's silence. The only way to protect the public from an invisible threat was to ban the breed entirely. So guys, the Fila Brasileiro is a masterpiece of survival and protection, but it is a living weapon that modern society simply cannot accommodate. Their loyalty is legendary, yet that same absolute devotion makes them an unstoppable force of destruction. Do you think governments are right to ban this magnificent but terrifying breed? Or is it unfair to punish the dog for its genetics? Sound off in the comments below. The truth might divide us.